So, is this the SSD that is going to leave the competition green with envy? What's up everybody, it's PJ the Great. I hope you're having a super beautiful day. And if you're new here, I do videos just like this as well as ADHD tips. So if that sounds like your jam, consider subscribing. And to all my returning subscribers, what's up fam? Welcome back. Alright, so today I have another SSD to review, of course, because I love SSDs. And I had to check this one out because of it's a brand that I never even heard of, and it's green. Not only is the box green, but the SSD itself is green. This is an SSD by Billion Reservoir, and it is their Fighter Jet series 2.5-inch SATA 3 SSD. I got the 480 gigabyte variant off of Amazon.com. I believe at the time when I picked it up, it was $49.99, I want to say, and they were offering, I think, a 10% coupon on top of that, so it made it pretty cheap for 480 gigabytes. Now right here on the box it says it supports NCQ/smart instruction, support of AHCI optimization, supports trim, of course, and what is that word? Seismic and impact resistance. There we go again, saying, oh, you can drop it without hurting it. I think we get it by now. As long as SSDs have been out, there are no moving parts. Of course, if you drop it, it's not going to harm anything. Now, I was in the market for a larger SSD to put into my mom's Hello Kitty build. She's currently running a Dyra. I just learned I've been saying that wrong. Dyra 120 gigabyte SSD, and she barely used half of that, but I wanted to give her a little bit more breathing room just in case she wants to download some more games. And you know, because of the fact that she's gonna have to be homebound for a while because of this human malware incident that we're dealing with right now. So I wanted to get her something that was gonna be reliable, fast, and more storage, and this seems like it fits the bill. Now I can't really find a lot of information on this thing. I went on to Amazon.com as I mentioned and picked it up. There's only 3 reviews for it, and all 3 reviews have 5 stars, but I can't really go off of that because there's only 3 reviews. And then I also went on the internet and tried to find their website. I was successful, I found it, but every time I tried to click on something to find out more about this SSD, all it did was take me back to their Amazon listing. So since it was so cheap, I figured why not, let's take a stab at it, give it a try, see if it works, and see what the performance is like. So I went through the process of cloning my mom's Dyra SSD onto the Billion Reservoir Fighter Jet series. Clever marketing, because it's gonna make you think that it's fast. So I went ahead and cloned it over, installed it, and found some very, very interesting numbers. Now we're doing the crystal disk mark testing on it to see how fast it was. At first, I tested it on my external drive right before I cloned over her drive. And just to see, like, if you wanted to pick this up and use it as an external drive, what you'll be looking at. And I got those numbers on the screen somewhere. And the performance was okay. I mean, it's what you can expect from USB 3.0. And then I got it all cloned over and I did another test, and shockingly, the results were worse than the Dyra 120 gigabyte SSD, which really doesn't make any sense to me. Typically what happens is the larger the capacity of your SSD, the better the performance. But in this situation, the Dyra 120 gigabyte SSD is performing way better than the Billion Reservoir 480 gigabyte SSD. So what does that tell you? So my conclusion is I think they are using some cheaper parts in this. I cannot for the life of me find out if it has DRAM cache on it because it has nothing here on the package stating so, but there is something that they're using that is not of like top quality in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, the performance is great and I tested out my mom's system, and it seems to boot up just as fast as it did before, and everything seems cool. You can't really notice a difference other than the fact that now she has more storage. But the proof is in the test results, and the test results are showing that this is not performing up to par to a 120 gigabyte SSD. What do y'all got going on in here? One interesting thing I want to point out on this package, where it says storage media, it says MLC/TLC NAND flash. What does that mean? Is it MLC or is it TLC? It can't be both. I mean, some SSDs out there have an SLC cache on top of being a TLC drive. This is saying MLC/TLC, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. Now, Billion Reservoir, they are backing up this SSD with a 3-year limited warranty, so I guess you could be fine with that. Rest assured, you're not going to get a lemon, and if you do, you can get something done about it, but those warranties are typically limited when it comes to SSDs. Now, do I recommend you run out and pick out one of these? I would say look at your other options first, because I keep harping on the fact that it's slower than a 120 gigabyte SSD. So if you're in the market for a 480 gigabyte 2.5-inch SSD, look around. Just look around, check out your options before picking this up. I mean, it is a decent price, but for a couple bucks more, you can get a reputable brand that you know is going to get you some really good speeds. Would I buy another one of these? Absolutely not. Am I okay with it in the situation that I'm using it for? You know, in my mom's PC, I think it'll be just fine for her. And like I said, I'm not noticing any difference in the boot up speeds and opening up apps and things of that nature. It seems to be behaving exactly the same as it was with the Dyra 120 gigabyte. But I highly recommend you do some shopping around before you consider this. I'm not saying that it's a bad product, but I guess you can say you get what you pay for. So with that being said, it ain't easy being green. But if you like this video, do me a favor and give it a big old thumbs up. If you hated it, you can give it a thumbs down. But no matter what you do, don't forget to click that subscribe button and click the bell for notifications so you'll be notified every time I upload new videos. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go work on some more content because I've been slacking as of late. Until I see you in the next video, this is PJ the Great saying Audi 5000G. Good old Kermit the Frog, Shrek, Geico, Gecko, Green, SSD. It's okay.